about to start my adventure. I just turned 37 the other day, so we're off to a weekend session with my buddy Brian, and just on the turnpike right now, heading down towards the Harrisburg area. If you look around, see beautiful fall colors everywhere. It's a little past peak, but it's still really nice out. Nice drive today. It's 50 degrees right now. I think it's supposed to be like high 60 all weekend. It's supposed to rain into Sunday, so that might turn the fish on. But I'm gonna go at it pretty hard this weekend. It should be a good session, and been looking forward to this for a while. And I'm going to the notorious lake where I just have bad luck every time, and it seems like something's always happened every time I go there, and just really haven't had like a good solid session. Something always has come up, so I'm really hoping to tap into some fish. This here, I think I've been here like 6 times now, or 7, and a few times were just flat out, not good. And I've yet to have a fish out of this lake. It holds some really nice fish, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. I got a lot of different baits with me. I brought the full arsenal, for every different presentation I want to do, and I'm hoping to pull something out. So we'll see. But if you look around, a lot of different things in Pennsylvania here. I just passed a farm. Probably saw it in my background. And coming up on some mountains here, and just scenic everywhere you look. Try to get some pictures of the trees coming up here pretty soon. You can definitely see the fall. Like I said, the fall's a little bit past. Everything's like a more dull color instead of bright and vibrant. And we'll check back in soon. But here's to a good session. It should be fun. Well, I finally had a chance to record a video. I'm on day 2 here of a session. Took a lot of video traveling, and beautiful weather, the fall colors. You'll see when I make this video, you'll see on my travels here, you can see all the beautiful mountains of Pennsylvania, all the fall foliage. And last night it just got kind of busy. As soon as I got here, and I saw a koi right in front of me, like 10 foot off the bank, a real nice white koi. It spooked off though as soon as I got a little bit closer. And then saw some fish raising up, and it seemed like it was gonna get busy quick, but you never know. This lake has been really like I don't know, just something never works out for me here. Like, I've been here a lot of times, and always something has come up, or just a weird experience or something just things didn't go as planned. And like I said, I'm on day 2 here with my buddy. He actually ended up getting one at, I think it was like 5:30 in the morning, and it was a just slightly under 26-pound common. So he's super pumped. It's his first time here, and had a few pulls. All 3 of my rods all had pulls last night, like quick, drop backs, some pulls, some silt out there, some heavier silt and some weeds. So trying to figure some of that out, and just fishing one rod under a tree, overhanging tree. I love doing that. It seems like fish are always under that. That's where the koi was, so I'm hoping for that. Middle rod, probably about less than halfway, and that had some silt on it. And then finally casting to the other side, which is about 100 yards, and boating out, just basically casting to it and then boating over bait. Put a lot of seed out, prepared some bird seed, hemp, particles, some tiger nuts, a little bit of everything. Put that out, just spread out, just because the silt was so bad. Want to see if the fish would clear out the spot for us. And then too, when we're doing our rigs, big PVA bags, that way when it just slowly goes down, and then like I had a snowman on that one, and then pop up on my other rod. That way it kind of goes down real slow and hopefully lays on top of that silt. And putting out, like I said, put out a lot of seed over there, like a lot. Like I think it was like 5-gallon bucket or so, and spread it out real good. That way hopefully it clears it out some, as the session goes forward. Like I said, we're in the day 2 right now. It's probably like 1 in the afternoon, something like that. And didn't sleep too good last night, so I'm hoping tonight will be better. I think just kind of excited to get back out here. It's been a while. And trying to think what else here. Basically how I got my rod set up. Left rod I'm doing live system with acid pear. Middle rod I'm doing Pacific tuna. And then the far rod I'm doing Equinox and Dairy Supreme. And see what happens here. Actually, no, I'll take that back. The other rod across was Equinox and acid pear. Yeah, that's right. And then he had Dairy Supreme on his with Equinox, trying to see like which combination might work. And he did, like I said, he had one on Equinox Dairy Supreme. So I'm thinking I might actually switch over to that, because the get a fish into the first night was pretty good. So it might be the winning combination. Just trying to think here. I can see some bubbles out there, and like I said, it's a full moon coming up. Full moon's on Tuesday, but it was pretty bright last night and lit up the sky pretty good. And tonight's supposed to be even better yet. So I'm hoping for something, some magic to come out of here. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, got the bivvy set up behind me. I'll show you inside in a second. I have all my stuff crammed in there, and plenty of room for a single person. All kinds of stuff in there. So it's working out pretty good. And like I said, this lake has been tough on me. First time I came here, I'll never forget that time. And I came here with my buddies. And let's see, it was 80 when I left my house. As soon as I got here, I got totally rained, soaked through. And at the time, all I had on was jeans, a hooded sweatshirt. And I got a plane coming through here, or a helicopter. Just give it a second so you can hear me. But anyhow, I got totally soaked through my clothes, and I didn't watch the weather, and it dropped down to, I think it was 32 degrees that night. And man, I froze, because all I had was, it wasn't even a brolly. It's basically like something this wide that kind of draped over like a brolly. Barely covered the bed chair, and I'll never forget that. Till I woke up in the morning. Well, I never really slept, and I was just like this the whole night, shaking. I couldn't warm myself up, and decided to call it an early session, because I knew like everything was cramping up on me. I knew I wasn't in good shape. So yeah, know your limits and have the right gear with you. So and then some of the other sessions, I've been here a lot of times. I think this is session number 8 here. I've yet to have a fish out of here. And I don't know what it is. It's like the curse for me or something. Every lake I go to, I do good. This one, I do not. Like, it's total opposite for me. So I'm still trying to just kind of figure it out some, and see what I need to do to tackle this place. And hopefully I'll have a good result. Like I said, my friend had one already. A little bit jealous, got to be honest with you. First time hearing gets one. But I think that's what makes it special, But some of the other sessions, we had people shooting a fish in front of us. That just annoyed the crap out of me. Like, I didn't even feel like fishing after I witnessed that. Some of the nice fishing here. And trying to think of other. Oh yeah, my second time here, I actually had some runs on, but I needed to change up my rigs a little bit. But there's really a heavy weed line in a couple areas here. It's really hard to like present a rig there because it's so heavy silt. And just casting to it, you're kind of going a little blind at it because hard to hit a clear spot, because even if you fill it down, as soon as you start pulling back, you're in the weed. So you have like 3 weed beds, like actually 4, like one space, clear weed bed, clear weed bed. So it's kind of hard to figure it out. And the second time here, I really wasn't doing a whole lot of watercraft, and I just kept getting the fish lost in the weeds. And I just did day sessions. The third time I was here, I was actually coming out to visit some people, and thought I'd stop by, and here a tornado had come through and downed a lot of the trees here. So they actually had like the place all blocked off where I wanted to fish, and they wouldn't let me in. So ended up just driving home, and that's part of it. Things happen. And been here with some of my buddies, and just wasn't feeling good a few times too. Like I get here and just wasn't feeling good, so called it a little bit earlier. And we had like a social event here too, and social events are, they're supposed to be social, so I wasn't trying like my hardest. And the turtles were non-stop, like one after another, going after your baits, and made it tricky. Like as soon as you had like a beep, your bait was off, no matter if it was artificial or whatever. They're taking everything off. So basically, after a lot of experience and seeing like what some of my friends have done here, how they approached it, I just kind of came up with what I got going on today. I still like to do things my way, how I want to fish them, baits I want to use, because just the ones I have a lot of confidence in. And basically what I did was I took out a weed rake over the 2 left spots, one close in, the one farther out. Actually, no, I'll take it back. Just the left spot, took a weed rake over just to pull up some of the silt. That way I can create a little 4-foot clear spot that I could cast to. Took the marker braid and marked on my rods. That way I'm hitting the same spot every time. Same with my middle one. I loaded it up with a lot of seed before casting over it, because I know there's silt there. And as soon as I cast on top, I'm hoping that silt really, or the seed really packed it down, and I could lay on top of it. And then, like I said, the other side, I'm just trying to be accurate. All my rods have marker braid on it now. And what I do is, if I didn't have a run, I just clip it up, wind it in. If I would have a run, I'll probably just use my distance sticks, wrap it up until I hit that braid again, and then clip it up and cast over. I just want to be really accurate. And same with my spalm. My spot rod there, I got that clipped up for my middle rods so I can hit the same spot over. And basically the key is just being accurate and having confidence in what you're doing. So I'm actually going to I'm a little bit late for lunch here. I'm going to grab a sandwich, get some drinks, because I am pretty hungry right now. Just enjoyed my breakfast a little while ago. And like I said, we had that early wake-up call for his rod, so just a little bit tired. I think probably sleep pretty good tonight. Of course, I'm always open to a nice run, waking me up. And that's about it. But I'll just show you inside real quick, like my setup in here. It's a mess right now because I was trying to find my stuff, but I'll show you that real quick. So, into the inside here. I've got my bed chair with the sleep system. See if I can get in here more. Got a sleep system. I was actually sweating last night, and it was into the 30s. Actually had to put my shorts on and like take off a layer. I couldn't believe how warm it was. Pillow, And I got all my gear, like my battery chargers, camera equipment. I got a little bivy table, put my glasses on, all that good stuff. Over here, got the heater, which I did not need last night because I was sweating so bad. Got food and stuff like that in there, clothes, stuff like that. And got my burner underneath. So basically that's my setup here. Like I said, this is huge inside. You know, lots of room everywhere. Show you the top there. But yeah, these go right up to the back. So you get a really good night's sleep, and this thing is more comfortable in my bed at home. It's a Tempest Bivy version 2, and then the Levelite EOS bed chair, and AS365 sleep system. That thing is so warm, and I still have another layer under here I can get under. Like I said, I'm only on my second layer, and I was sweating bad. But yeah, just give you an idea, you know, how my setup is here. And outside, of course, got my carp care mat and sling ready. Hopefully I get to use it. Got my scale all set up. Retention sling in case I'll need that. And that's about it. Okay, I'm half asleep. Just got the wake-up call I've been waiting for a very long time. Just got it in the net. I'm really pumped right now, even though I'm half asleep. I've been to this lake. I think this is gonna be trip number 8. There's some big mirrors in here, big commons, and it's a smaller lake. Like, for whatever reason, like, I just had bad luck, like, a lot of times here. And I'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. But, I'm feeling pretty pumped right now. Even though, like, it woke me up out of dead sleep. I didn't really sleep last night. I've been here for a couple days. I got my first run. Fishing the opposite bank. It's about 100 yards. And, I got the big mirror. I got the big mirror in there. Full moon. I'm pumped right now. Yes, finally got this fish. This is a long time coming for me for this lake. Just don't know what it is about this lake, but it's just challenging for me. Just super pumped. The sun's gonna be coming up, so I'm actually gonna put it in a sling here and let it out for about an hour. Then we'll take some photos in the morning. I'll do some more video. But I can't tell you how, like, finally just finally got that off my back here, man. This lake has been just been tough for me. So I'm gonna go handle the fish and go ahead and get in the retention sling, and then we're gonna be back, and hopefully I can wake up a little bit and go from there. The moment has finally come. The sunrise is up, and I just got done photographing this beautiful mirror. I'm pretty sure it's a PB. I won't know till I wait in a second, so you'll get to know when I know. I'm pretty pumped right now. Photographs turned out great. Got beautiful fall colors in the air. Got my tracker retention sling. The fish is just chilling inside there, and you can see it's still moving around real good, and it was real lively. When we put on the mat, it was tried to hit me pretty good. Like, it was real lively, real revived. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the sling in, and we're gonna take it up to the unhooking mat and go from there. Then you'll see this awesome fish. And I know I talked about the story before at the beginning of my video, but a lot went into like finally getting this fish. I'm really pumped. Like, we've been here for I think 3 days now, and that's what it's taken for a single fish. Like, this lake is pretty tough, and certain areas do better here. It's almost like they're territorial, like certain fish in certain areas, and definitely worthwhile. Beta choice 24 mil CC more Equinox, and I did a Dairy Supreme 18 mil pop-up PVA bag of Equinox pellets and dip, and I used like a quarter PVA large bag, and probably about like that big in size, and just wanted to just put it out there. About 100-yard cast. We went over in the boat just to put baits out, but cast it over our hook baits. That way we can hit it right on the spot. We put out like probably about 2.5 gallons to 3 gallons. Put some seed particles, a bunch of the pellets, and Equinox. I did 18 mil boilies, put out probably about 2 kilo on the spot, and then casted the bait right to it, and turned out good. And basically I'll just show you some of the tricks later that we used, but let me get this fish in now so you can see. It's deceiving how deep this is here. I'm already up to the top of my boots. That's amazing fish. Amazing. Finally, after so long. Just wanted to set the fish down gentle. See, it's already lively. I just have to find the zipper here. Somewhere. That's way down here. There she is. Beautiful, beautiful mirror. I'm going to go ahead and transfer her onto my sling here. Get some water on her. Even though she just came out of the water, just want to make sure wet at all times. Good, and come down. Okay. Here she is. Amazing fish. Amazing. Still can't get over. Finally got this beautiful fish. Been here so many times. Definitely excited. We're gonna go ahead and weigh her and then put her back. Put just a little bit more water on her before we weigh her. Right there. Yeah. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Balance this here. Okay, looks like 22, or actually 22 pounds, 14 ounces. So, new PB, new PB. New PB mirror. I haven't caught a mirror since earlier in the spring, which is like a little over 19 pounds. That's pretty close, but finally. 22.14. Yes. Well, I just got done catching my new PB mirror, 23 pounds, 14 ounces. And a lot of my rigs I like to keep pretty simple. And unless the situation calls for something different, I'm just using, on that rod, it's just a simple hair rig. Quarter end trap and doing a snowman rig. And I like to balance it so it just hovers, off that hook a little bit, not really rest on the bottom, just so it's kind of buoyant. And basically, most of the baits I use, this is a Tracker glug pot, and I like to glug all my baits. I just have Equinox dip in here with the Equinox 24 mil boilies. A lot of times live system I use like the feed stem. These have been glugging in here for probably months. If you cut one open, you can see into it probably like a good 1/8 inch. And just to tie the rig, I've been using the semi-stiff, using 20 pound today, just because I know there's a few snags just to play it safe. And I cut off roughly about 12 to 13 inches. Until you tie everything up, it's going to be a little less than that. And usually I just start out, take the stripper tool, and I just strip off a little bit before I do my overhand loop. This is going to protect your bait when you slide it through so it doesn't tear it. And I just slide roughly probably about 1.5 inches. And strip off the end there. And good thing to use is just take your baiting needle, and I'm just doing a quick overhand loop on the end part that I stripped. Actually, I need just a hair more stripped off here, so that's anything nice. You can go back and just do it again if you need to do more. Easy enough. Okay. Just need a little bit more just so I can tie that knot easier. And basically all we're doing is, it's just a hair rig. You see my other videos and it's everywhere how to tie one. And it's super simple. Okay, I just stripped off a little more of that. Just going to do an overhand loop. Take my baiting needle, just man, these ducks are killing me today. Like, they keep trying to pick up my bait off the bottom. It's kind of annoying. Keep thinking I'm getting a run and it's a duck there. Fishing close into my one rod, and apparently that's where the ducks like to feed. It's basically overhand loop. Just cut off the tag end. And now, since I'm doing a snowman on this, what I like to do is figure out where my bottom bait's going to be. And so figure out like 18 mil pop-up comes here, bottom bait's going to be about here. So I'll tie an overhand loop and basically make a knot. What that will do is hold my bait in place. So when I slide it on, it's not going to slide down at all and hold everything in a good position. And it's stiff enough there that it's not going to let anything pass that. So now I'm using a larger hook than most people, crank size 2, and when I'm doing like 24 mil baits, I like to use a little bit bigger hook. I just think it works a little bit better for that size. And just pull that through and kind of figure out where your bait's going to go. Leave a little gap, and good right there. Now we're just going to do the hair rig. I usually do about 6 to 7 loops. Pull down through. finish it off, overhand loop. And I don't strip off like the end where I'm doing the overhand loop. I just think it has a little bit better protection in the rocks. Pull that down. And I always just grab like the puller tool. Just give it an extra pull just to make sure that's cinched real good. And a lot of times I really don't wet the knots on the hair rig. Mainline I do, but not so much the hair rig. It seems like this coating works. It doesn't really pull off or anything, and it stays very strong, so I don't have to. And next we're just going to put the baits on. How I set up my snowman is basically the ducks are starting to man, I just can't tell if it's the ducks or what. But anyhow, grab out boilie out of the glug. A lot of times I'll just push my needle in, that way I'm not getting glug all over my hands. Actually, the first one I want to do is just the Dairy Supreme 18 mil, and I just take my scissors and just trim off just the slightest amount, just to create a small flat spot. This will help it to balance better on the bottom bait. So I set that aside, and then grab my glug Equinox, and that's all I'm going to do there, is just trim a little off the top. And probably about the size, it's smaller than a dime, and basically I'm trying to match them up so when they sit on top, the flat meets the flat surface. And I usually put them on one at a time. I found it doesn't split them as bad. Slide it through. Keep in mind, since that's a little bit softer in the glug, I can put my thumb there and feel it as it comes through. And any other time, if it's hard, I wouldn't say to do that, because it might actually push into your finger, and we do not want that. So now got that on, you can see my stop on the bottom here is holding that in place. And then I'm going to just figure out where the center is. When the needle comes through the top, I wanted to go through that flat spot, which it just did. That way when I put this on here, it's going to slide onto the other flat surface. So right now, let's grab a stop here. Slide it through and pull a little bit just so it goes into pop-up slightly. And right now that's kind of what we're working with. I usually leave about a good inch gap in between the hook and the baits. I just feel it flips that much better into the mouth of the fish. And you see my videos before how I make my PVA bags. This is a solid small bag. Since I'm trying to hit about 100 yards, I want to have a much smaller bag on. That way it's more aerodynamic. Sometimes I'll even go extra small if I'm going over 100 yards. And pack it tight. All this is in here is just Equinox pellets. And then I put the dip over it, matching dip, mixed it up. It soaks in. And put the stick mix over top of it as well. And I added just a little bit of hemp seed as well to this mix. And as long as you put the hemp in while it's still dry, all that will absorb, and it's PVA friendly. So slide that through. Just be careful pushing it through. You don't want to dull the hook hitting a pellet or something. And basically we're good to go. As soon as it hits the water, pop-up's going to come down real slow, stay above the weed, because I do have a heavy silt line over there. And my end game is just using a tungsten tubing leader. When they come in the packs, they're pretty long. I cut them into 4 sections, and right now it's about 1.5 feet. Tail rubber onto an inline. This is a 3.5 ounce inline cube, or square pair I should say, cube, square pair. Quick change swivel, just push that through the overhand loop. Pull back and you're good. Just pop that swivel into the lead, that way I create the bolt rig, and I'm ready to cast. So I'll be popping that out here shortly. And that's just simple. To me, even though you're using a few different components there, simple hair rig and good sharp hooks, good baits, and it produces some nice results. Now later on, especially, I'm going to do some more rig videos, that way you can see exactly what other rigs I like to use. I've been using a pop-up rig, I have it on my other rod. Really simple. Again, you're using the stripper tool, and it just a couple extra steps and you take a hair rig into a whole new level, and you can basically just a straight pop-up and make it any height you want off the bottom. You know, I like mine probably about 3 to 4 inches, so it sits above the silt. The lead will bury down into the weed and it sits right above it, and the fish love that. So I'm going to get ready to cast, and we'll continue on with the session today. Well, we're on day 3. Gonna wrap things up here before too long. I forgot to say, one of the main reasons I couldn't sleep on day 2 night was we had some real heavy rains come through, and real heavy winds as well. And I don't know, maybe got the fish feeding some, because new PB for me. PB mirror, baby. I said 23 pounds, 14 ounces is my current new mirror personal best. And it's an Israeli as well, so something extra special. That's my second one ever, so pretty pumped on that. And it's pretty sunny out today. Got my shorts on now. It's pretty warm. I'd say it's close to low 60s maybe, just rough guesstimate. And just starting to pack up. Got my barrow here. About to start loading it up and getting the gear back to the car. And another takers, had a few beeps. And it got kind of calm in the afternoon. And I saw a lot of bubbles rolling over top of where the seed was put out and the other baits. And basically all I did different was, before last night, I went ahead and put in 24 mil glugged Equinox bottom bait, 18 mil Dairy System, or Dairy Supreme, man I'm so tired, Dairy Supreme 18 mil pop-up on top. I did like a quick little video showing just a basic rig how I did it, and cast it over to the other side. Like I said, it's about 100 yards, and just fired a bunch of boilies over that way. And till morning, I think it came really early. I think it was like 4 a.m. maybe. I can't remember. All I know is I just started to really get into a deep sleep and scared the crap out of me. So woke up to that. And I'm glad, because there's a snag over there. It didn't get snagged or anything. Got the fish out nicely, put it in the retention sling, and I wanted to wait till sunrise. That way I can get a really nice shot of it. I know I only had a few hours to go, so I usually don't like leaving fish in a sling too long, but this one was felt it was going to be pretty safe. Plus it's cool, so a lot of oxygen in the water. So took the photo, extremely ecstatic, feel accomplished, especially after, like I said, I've come here so many times to blank, to have something happen, or just, you know, just the cards weren't there. But this morning definitely made my day. I was pretty pumped on everything. I wanted to stick to the tactics that I wanted to do, kind of do it my own way. Changed things up a little. My other 2 rods, I changed them both to more of a pop-up baits, and I had a few pulls, but the silt was still kind of heavy. I think the silt was moving. I did some video. There's ducks still eating everything there. Anything I dropped there, basically my cleanup crew. And as soon as they root up the bottom, the silt goes floating. So I think it was going into my rigs, because even though I hurried up and tried to pull them, that way they won't get stuck. Every time I pulled it in, there was some silt on it, so I think it was kind of losing battle with that, just because of ducks. As soon as I put any type of bait close in, and they just annihilate it. I think they're just used to maybe people feeding them, I don't know. But I understand what the guys overseas have to face now, because, you know, this water isn't really deep here, and the ducks just can dive bomb. They see your bait and go for it. I thought I had a run before, but I actually picked up my bait and got around its legs, so just the line itself. So it gave me like a little liner, and felt pretty good. Beautiful day out here. Got nice fall leaves everywhere, and I'm gonna start packing things up and drive home. And I think that's gonna finish up the session. Like I said, I could not be happier. Even though it was 1 fish in 3 days, most people wouldn't really consider that a success. I definitely feel, for me, it's a big milestone for this place, because I felt like I finally, the effort with the reward. And I just, even though a lot of people have done really well here, I just, for some reason, I just have a difficult time with this place. So it felt good to finally figure out what I was doing, and hopefully next time I come, do better. And, you know, and if not, like, just great to come out to somewhere different, do a little different tactics than I'm used to, you know, cast a little bit farther, and just having a good time. And people around here friendly, so you can't beat that. And I guess that's gonna about probably do it here. I think I'm gonna reel in the rods here pretty soon, and start packing up and head home. So I hope you enjoyed the session video, something a little bit different, a little bit more detail. Still getting kind of used to it. Like I said, I didn't get my video running until day 2, just because it just seemed like till I got everything set up and going, like it just took a while to get sorted, so I didn't get the video done right away. And wanted to show kind of what I saw, like all the squirrels everywhere, the ducks, the geese, everything that makes a different location special. And even if I wouldn't have caught here today, you know, you still come out and enjoy everything fishing has to offer, the outdoors, and anything you might encounter that you wouldn't normally encounter at your local area. And that's really what it's all about. Just spend time on the bank with friends, meet new people out here, you know, just some of the people walking by interested in what you're doing. So that's definitely what it's all about, just enjoying yourself. So till next time, hopefully we'll have another cool session video, and see you soon. Thank you again for watching another one of my videos. You'll see 2 videos below showing you how to make corn on the left and oats pack bait on the right. If you enjoyed this video, there's plenty more on my channel. Please hit subscribe on the right side of the screen, and anytime a new video comes out, you'll be the first to see it.